Oh my god. The absolute state that is Diablo Immortal PC beta. It's in beta phase? Sure. Feels like an alpha state. You could argue, yes, it is a full game. Well, full game, full free to play, pay to win game. But that is no I don't question the full game because it is a full game, it has a full story, and all the, shall we say, mechanics are there. But this is because it was developed for the mobile in the first place. And later, much later in the progress, they thought, oh, maybe we should get this to PC considering it's kind of many, there's a many people who want that. Maybe we did a mistake there. Maybe we should do this on to PC and as well. And they did, and they launched it in beta, as they call it. But wow, I would much rather have the game just been delayed. Not the entire game, not the mobile part, but the PC could just have been delayed. It's an afterthought, a big afterthought. There are so many bugs with this game. Let's start first with when you're starting up the game. It doesn't launch in full screen for me. Didn't do that for my brother, or I don't believe it did for my friends either. It starts with like the Immortal, Diablo Immortal window is like a third on my screen, and then the other two-thirds are like off screen, so I can't see them. But then it says tap to start. Now that should be an indicator of how much this is just a port they did in 5 minutes and then didn't care about anything else. Because it says tap to start, but and once you click on the window, the Immortal window, it starts up in full screen. Now, this did crash once for me, but that could have been a one-time deal and it might have been patched up. I don't know. I mean, it's baffling to me the state they ported this game in. I mean, I don't even know where to start with the problems I have run into, but let's start with a problem my friend had. He was playing Mage, or rather he has been playing Mage, and this has happened more than once, I believe. It also happened to another friend who was playing Monk. Monk. Uh, their abilities just stopped working. They had at least one of my friends showed while he was playing that he had this blinking icon above his skills, which were crossed out. His skills were crossed out, and he could not use his skills. He pressed all the buttons, didn't happen. It was a gambling. And you could, yeah, maybe he was silenced or something by an enemy. Well, first of all, I don't think the enemies can silence you. And second, no, because this was also when he was not in combat, so I was thinking silence first as well, but then I thought no, monsters have that, but maybe there is, but anyway, no, it was not silenced, it's a bug. It's a feature! Anyway, moving on from him and that, I have an ability that doesn't work either. My corpse lance stopped working. I'm playing as Necromancer and my corpse lance ability stopped working. Well, half working, half not working. I have this legendary shield that makes it so that when I use corpse lance, I gather the lances instead of just firing them immediately. I gather them up and I can carry them with me for a while. And then I can fire them at my disposal whenever I want and wherever direction I want. It was the shield was better than what I had, so I thought maybe I can try that legendary ability. Sounds interesting. I was already using corpse lance, so this was not a big issue. And not long after equipping that shield, I noticed, oh wait, I'm not firing anything. I picked up the bodies, I had the lances, and then I told him where to fire it, and he did the animation for firing, but then nothing happened. The lances were still around me, hovering over me, but they did not fire. I did not deal any damage. So that was... well, I thought, okay, fine. It's a beta. But then I restarted the game, trying to see if that... or rather, I tried unequipping the shield and re-equipping it. Didn't work. Equipping another shield and trying Corpse Lance, the ordinary Corpse Lance ability as it is originally used, worked without a problem. No problem there. So I restarted the game, got back in. It worked with the shield, with the legendary shield, for about 5 minutes or less or something like that. Oh, and the first time it happened, I actually exited the hidden lair I was in, where it first started. When I exited, it worked for like 3 minutes, and then it stopped working. And yes, restarting the game does not work. I could try a repair client, but it's a PC problem, that's for sure. And it's just that ability, which I have a problem with. So yeah, it's just one legendary item that I have a problem with, but this works fine in the mobile version. I tried playing on the mobile version as well with a controller, and it worked just fine for as long as I played. However that long was, 15-20 minutes or something. So that worked fine, no problem. And yes, this is a small problem, you could argue. It's just one legendary item, but there's so many other issues with the PC. Sometimes I lose the ability to interact with objects and people, like I explained in my previous video. You can't scroll with the mouse wheel in some instances. Some menus, like in the codex, works. Some but in the inventory you can't scroll with the wheel. You have to actually click and drag the mouse upwards, like you're scrolling with your finger. Sometimes same thing with the controller on mobile. You can't use any of these sticks to scroll. You have to click and drag with one button and then drag with the one of the thumbsticks. Another problem with using controller on a one problem with using controller on mobile though is that you can really see that it's an afterthought, partially because of the scrolling issues, but also when you're out in the world, you use one button or use a button, the A as in the letter A button, to interact with things. The layout for my controller is a Nintendo, so it's A is the right button and B is the bottom button. Blah. Okay, yeah, and it became confusing which button I should use, because A was for when I was out about, and B was my attack button. A was the interaction button. In the menus, it's vice versa. The B button is for clicking on things, and A button doesn't do anything. And another issue with the controller is that I can't exit menus with the controller. I just have to click the crosses. Well, unless I press start, of course. So yeah, there's so many issues, but the absolute state of the PC beta is in shambles to me. I mean, I like playing the game, actually. I like playing. I don't like the pay to win. parts. Of course, I hate the microtransactions. I hate that Diablo Immortal became a free-to-play game. That was not the road to take. Definitely not. But Blizzard has made some very stupid, full honestly stupid decisions lately. So that wasn't a big surprise to me actually, that they made another one. But I've seen indie games in early access being so much better in terms of mechanics and just the state of it. The lack of bugs and issues. A friend is probably gonna say, of course, with this, but one game that I think of is V Rising that I have been playing for about a little over 30 hours with, and yeah, this is not V Rising when it comes to lack of bugs and or its lack of features, maybe I should call it. But oh my god! Oh, and let's not forget that Diablo Immortal is now a 0.6 score on Metacritic. Now, I'm not much for reviews on sites like Metacritic, nor especially the reviewer score is a little bit high. It was at 79, I want to say. But the user score, 0.6. Funny enough, it kind of deserves that kind of score. Anyway, I've been Swippy92. What are your thoughts on Diablo Immortal? Have you been playing it or have you stayed away from it? As a Diablo game, it's fine. As a mobile free-to-play game, it's absolutely horrendous. Playing the game just for the experience of playing a new Diablo game and the story, alright, not bad. A bit too grindy at times though. Getting stronger is you really need to get stronger as you progress the story, and getting stronger is not always as easy as you would hope. Oh, Blizzard, what have you done with yourself? I've been Swippy92, have a great life, and I hope to see you in future videos. Bye bye.